Mm. Okay, so there are some community games that wanna cast, and some of them were on Discord. Some of them were on the forums. So if you want me to cast your games, hello Afjit Sang, how you doing? If you want me to cast your games, just go here. I'll put a link here, and you can just join there. There is a form inside, and yeah, I can share the form. But in case like you want to tell me more details or whatever, the Discord is quite useful. So let's see. There are quite a lot of them. So let's see if they are still available. So there's one here. Cliffside. Let's see. Cliffside. Nah, that's not available anymore. Is it? Hello Tad, how you doing, man? How you doing? You only play against AI? AI is fun, man. I used to play a lot against AI the first months in the game. Yeah, it's really good. I think the chat is like misplaced. Let me take a look at this. Maybe here. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. I'm just trying to make a list of the games can do today. Thank you for the follow. I still haven't figured out how to make the bot tell you whenever you get so many follows today. We haven't even started. Thank you for following. I'm just checking the other screen. I might have to change the sound of this. It's like anyway, let's go little by little. I want to give priority to the I want to give priority to the people who put their games first. Okoloco is here. We have Rang actually. Let's take a look. Rang. Against Wizard. I think it's not that one. Nightbot. I haven't checked that. Maybe I will check later. Hello guys. Welcome. Okay, let's just start from the newest one and we will work our way around. So let me start with the form. Okay, I found one. Amazing. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. All right. So we got a Conqueror 1 player. Felipe of Fire. Playing in Dry Arabia against the Byzantines. All right. We got a game, guys. We got a game. Okay. So, switching to caster mode. Let's go here. All right. Okay, guys, hold on a second. One-man army here. Need to check pretty much everything. I might as well think about getting something else to check just the chat and everything. All right, thank you guys. I'm doing great. I just came from traveling, and you know you never travel when you have a new patch. You know you wanna you wanna play the game. But anyway, let's get started. We have Felipe of Fire. Once again with us, I believe. I think he was with us the last time. We're witnessing a Conqueror 1 players against the Byzantines in the color orange. Let me try to read this. This is oh man, I really need to step up my game in Chinese. Like, there's no way. No way. I think this is Kai, like, open, and that's it. That's all I can read. I'm gonna change the colors just for now, just because their colors are really similar. So let's go back. Filipio actually on the color blue against his opponent playing in the color red, the Byzantines. I already have the cistern here, having the early olive groves here. Gonna put that Grand Winery next to it. Problem with this is it's a little bit on the front line, so let me try my English. Susceptible for raiding. He's gonna get raid for sure. The question is the Japanese gonna actually do something? Very interesting opening coming from Filipeo. It's like the 1-1, 1 gold, 1 stone. Probably thinking about getting that early Bannerman. Probably the stable version where you get the calories, kind of like an early knight. He almost got the perfect spot for the double forge. I might even tempted to just put one and have a little bit of idle time, like maybe just put this one here and just save the resources, because the forge costs actually it costs only 50, but everything at the beginning of the game it's quite important. So very interesting opening. Looking forward to see if Filipeo Fire actually gonna take advantage of this, because most likely gonna put the Grand Winery here just to get the olive oil from those berry bushes, and it's gonna be denying that food. Meanwhile, gold in the back for the Byzantines. Not everything was bad in this matchup. Japanese have gold and stone in the front line, so you gotta be careful here. As soon as you get thrown off the gold, especially if you plan to go Castle Age or something, these are really important resources. So Crown Winery already up with 5 villagers. Meanwhile, it is the Kure storehouse. We're not gonna see any ninjas today. It's gonna be blocking a couple of farms actually, but I don't know if you know this, but if you don't get the farms, you get the wood. The thing is, how many times you get the wood? Like, is it like always block and you get the wood forever? Or you just do it one time? Because if it's the first one, this landmark is boosted, man. But definitely the best choice. Just because of the shinobis don't really, get much value sometimes. You need a lot of good micro to make the best out of them. And indeed, it's gonna be the Daimyo Manor here for Filipeo Fire. Is gonna be having those town centers upgraded, and looking forward which building he's gonna make, because yeah, you upgrade the town center and you boost those farms, but there are not many farms, so obviously this must indicate that he wants to early harass his opponent. Decent timing for the age up as well. I mean, Byzantines are already there with a Grand Winery some seconds ago. And let's see which units he wants to go first to defend, because definitely this is a very exposed place. It's gonna build a second cistern, and we're having a blast here. Meanwhile, Filipeo Fire indeed gonna be opening up the stable. Gonna be sending that Bannerman here, and there is already the response from the Byzantine player. Already building the barracks here just to send some spearmen. It's interesting that we don't really see the Japanese fast castle now after the patch. Like, I'm really happy about that, just because the game has changed quite a lot since the last patch. And there you go, Umba Matterman, 230 health, 16 attack plus 2. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's gonna be denying these food resources for the Byzantines. Already having the spearman here, not upgraded yet. Upgrades coming soon. And let's see if Filipeo Fire managed to do some damage here. Looks like he's gonna step back. He's not gonna risk it. But at the same time, Filipeo Fire is macroing for going that Castle Age. You can see he has 6 villagers on gold, 12 on foot. He's actually upgrading the melee attack. So makes me thinking, like, is he gonna stay up a little bit longer in the field age? I don't think that's the case. We already see an outpost here. He's gonna be protecting the gold and the stone here. So definitely that pretty much says to me that he doesn't want to create any units And guys, is this the English version of the Japanese player? Like, you know, the Abbey of the Kings, send a knight early on, go to castle. Look at those villagers. Almost take down the Uma Batterman. But unlike the king, the Uma Batterman cannot heal himself. So unfortunately he will have to do the walk of shame and he will go back home. In the meantime, Tawara are already there for Felipe Fire. First wheelbarrow upgrade. It's not gonna be showing on the UI, so just keep that in mind. It's gonna be having the first of upgrades, the mini wheelbarrow. Meanwhile, Byzantine's going for the Keshik contract. The question is he gonna arrive on time to cause some damage? It's already halfway there. And definitely the Batterman is wounded, so I don't think he's gonna be able to defend with that unit. But the outposts are already here. Can potentially put some emplacements at the expense of some gold, but I think he's fine with this for now. With a couple of Keshiks, I think you don't need the emplacements necessarily. You can just get the gold there. And it looks like the Keshiks will arrive and potentially will get a villager here. Managed to do a charge attack and actually gets a villager kill. Potentially get a second one. Felipe losing valuable resources very early on. And this Keshik's just gonna get a lot of value from these technically free units that you get from the olive oil. Definitely what you need. At the same time, the Byzantines, he knows he's going castles and he's going castle himself. It's gonna be a little bit delayed. Meanwhile, Felipe Fire already there. It's gonna be the Temple of Equality. Now this really got interesting. Now, we used to see the floating gate, like, to give that extra production speed to the stable and get the map control with the Mount Samurais. Like another villager went down here. Byzantines, really nice rating coming from him. A Temple of Equality is actually... So what it does is you can produce monks, and the monks basically will give you passive gold. Second stable coming here, but looks like this villager will also go down. Looks like he will be safe for the moment. Keshik about to go down. Like it's not gonna happen. Looks like he loses the scout. But Temple of Equality is almost there. And he's already rallying to get that relic very early on. Now the Buddhist monk is now cheaper. It'll cost 80 gold. It comes with these upgrades like the Zen, which monks generate 25 gold every 60 seconds, what I just said. And then in the Castle Age, upgrades Buddhist conversion to Nehan conversion, which has 20% shorter cooldown and addition improved nearby ally units movement speed by 25% when casting. So when you do a Wololo, everyone gets pretty much... Oh my god, another villager. This is not a good time to be Felipe Fire for sure. So I'm wondering what these Buddhist monks can do. It's also this, they have this debuff where they can just you know, I think it reduced the attack by 50%, but it has a very strange targeting system. Felipe, not with a Yoroshiro, so he's gonna be able to have these Mount Samurais. They're gonna be good enough for now, but he's gonna be lacking that production that you usually get with the Yoroshiros that he doesn't have now. Meanwhile, Byzantines are already in the Castle Age. He's gonna be producing more Keshiks. Veteran contract coming for him to upgrade these units. Definitely gonna need those. Look at that little damage that those Keshik do to the Mount Samurai. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Byzantines still gathering quite a lot of gold. Have a lot of gold in the bank. Wondering what he's gonna use it for. Exchange for income per minute. Just check how these guys are doing. Meanwhile, Filipeo feeling really good with the relic count. I already have two on the bank, potentially another 2 coming. Meanwhile, the Byzantines just gathering some olive oil from those very bushes. These villagers look like me when I want to eat vegetables. Like, I don't really like to eat fruit, so I just pretty much stand and look at them. So I can relate. I can relate to what they're doing. Zen, it's coming up for Filipeo Fire. And potentially he will get the gold back. And will be interesting to see how much gold he can get. And at what time it really pays off. And looks like the Byzantines will also go for some cataphracts now. Now that they got a little bit buff. They are faster. Wololo attempt. No. Oh, that was really close. For a moment, Keshik hesitate to kill the monk or run. Loses one Keshik. Feels bad though. Feels bad. Now there is no upgrade for these monks, so they're not gonna be able to buff those units or anything. So these are just like living relics for him at the moment. Baraman is just gonna be buffing everything, but the Cataphract is already here and has these guys are chunky, 360 HP, and the move speed is now. I think they got buff. Have the same movement speed as the samurai, well, as the knight, so they're gonna be doing quite good. Meanwhile, more fortified outposts for Filipeo, protecting this gold. Also sprinkling placements there, so he should be okay for the moment. Farm transition, nothing like free farms. Love it. At the same time, Byzantine player camping the food resources and building a chiropractor here. Just to start putting some pressure. The question is, can you protect the Chirosiphon? It's only a handful of limited A. That's not enough to take down all these monk samurais. Look at these guys, are just like just following everywhere with Buddhist monks. And these guys are actually quite fast, to be honest. I think they're faster than regular monks. I need to confirm that. Chirosiphon are already there. No units there to protect it. So potentially it's going down. With that sprinkling placement, I think it's gonna go down really soon. Looks like the Monk Samurai will go down before killing it, but not so without leaving it with 11 HP. Monks gonna do a Wololo attempt, and these monks are chunky. Looks like he's gonna be able to convert those units, and indeed Limited go in favor of Filipeo Fire. That's a victory pose. That's a victory pose for sure. Look at that, guys. Nothing like Temple in Fire. And with that conversion, Filipeo Fire now, it's evening the numbers here. Having some spearmen of his own just to deal with its own units, its own counter unit. Buddhist Temple almost went out, to be honest. That Chaos is wrong. That's a lot of damage. Barracks coming up for Filipeo. Looks like he's gonna be having that classic melee unit transition. Very, very heavy on gold. I mean, these guys are already generating quite a lot of gold, and they are healing all the units, so he should be feeling pretty good about himself. These units are really expensive, you don't want to lose them. And they are back full health. They do heal a lot. So, oh, there you go. So, hey, Sutras, reduce enemy damage by 50% for 60 seconds, so. Now, the Byzantines, despite losing some viable units, he did kill quite a lot of villagers, so he's still ahead. Still in the same age. Still having some decent military for himself. Not everything is lost for him. He did got quite a good start. Meanwhile, Felipe of Fire gonna send those Onabugashas, getting +3 melee attack, +2 melee armor coming for the Byzantines. Definitely what the doctor recommend in this case. And look at the monks, man. Look at the income per minute for Filipeo. Actually, only having 8 villagers on gold. Well, he does have 4 relics, so I take back what I said. Even though he lost quite a lot of villagers in the early game, I think he has just recovered from that at this point. Mount Samurai is gonna be dealing with this. I wonder if they decide to fight, what is the outcome of this fight, because Cataphracts are really good, to be honest. It's like 260 health against 230. At the same time, Limitane already here, but Onab Geisha are just gonna be dealing quite a lot of damage to them. Look at the monks actually dealing quite a lot of debuff. These guys don't do much damage. Are the monks being proved useful? And looks like this is a fight that Felipe of Fire will win. Limitane from the opponent still there, still alive. Just to remember. Oh, look at that passive income, man. 14 monks. It's pretty much so 250, 350 gold every minute. 350 gold every minute, and they heal your units. Now let's see if he decides to heal. Like how fast they can heal. Sacred Site's gonna be the capture. Meanwhile, farm transition for the Byzantines looking quite good. Looking quite good, to be honest. He's gonna be having a lot of olive oil for himself. Second town center also there for himself, but Felipe already sending that knight, taking down those villagers. These guys are just playing the game that I used to play when I was a kid. Like, it's like you need to do a round, and whenever you say like stop, you need to grab the seat. And the one who didn't get the seat gets eliminated. Oh, this guy got eliminated, for sure. Felipe of Fire, looking with a solid army. Especially, now the question is, these monks occupy population. You're already having 20 monks. What is this game? You're already having 20 monks, so it means obviously your population is gonna get affected. Not quite important now because you are not pop capped, but probably in the late game this should feel like, hey, are you really that useful? I know you give gold, but you are that good. This is quite amazing, man. This is really quite amazing. A couple of rams already there for Felipe, looking to put some pressure. Meanwhile, the Byzantines playing a little bit defensively for the moment. He's massing more army, having some crossbows out, some Limitane. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. If I say this, I think you just need a Mangonel at this point. Because 13 Limitane against 18 Mount Samurai, it's not gonna be enough. And these guys do have quite a lot of attack. Look at these monks just healing everything. What is happening here? Debuffing pretty much all the units. Look at these guys, Gulams. 5 damage per hit. Monks just healing pretty much everything. But looks like the Byzantines is gonna do the same as Felipe of Fire, but not as effective, and looks like the Byzantines will lose his army, and the monks are just gonna stay here. Just gonna be healing all those units, and the Rams are just gonna push, and the Byzantine player taps out. Well played by these two players. Man, what a game, Filippo Fire. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I really enjoyed that game. It was a really fun one. Very fun game. All right. So let's see who's next. If you want me to cast your game, just join the Discord. There is a link there where you can just send your matches. All the details are there, and I can just take a look. Okay, so we got another one. Now let's see if this one's gonna be easy to find. It's like we have a free for all. I don't have that one. It's already gone. It's from a few days ago. It's from a few days ago. But let's see another one. Let's see another one. All right, I think this one's gonna be good. I already start good. Name Tower Rush Enjoyer. Now let's see if the matches are available. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's not available anymore. Let's take a look at another one. Do one of my ones. Which ones are yours? Is it the one that I was looking that it's not available anymore? Sure, I can try to find one. It's a Super Saiyan 3, right? Playing with controller. Amazing. Quite amazing. All right, so let's see. Ready, got one. Nice. Nice, diamond with controller. That's very cool. That's really impressive. Okay. Here we are. on Golden Pit. Alright, just hold on a minute, guys. One-man army here. Alright. So this game is from Super Saiyan 3, playing as the French in the color orange, against his opponent playing as the Holy Roman Empire. The color blue, it's duo. See, we are in the Diamond League. In the Diamond League, we're gonna see what these players have to show. Keep in mind, Super Saiyan is actually using a controller, so it's quite impressive. I haven't tried a game with controller. I can imagine it's quite different, but I will be surprised that if you can actually still play the game with just controller. Like, I think the devs do a really good job with that. Anyway, we got Pit Mine. Is that the name? Pit Mine? Where basically you have all the gold in the middle. Amazing spot for meditation gardens here. And you have a couple of gold next to you. So as soon as these run out, you need to contest the middle. Otherwise, you're just gonna run out of gold and you're pretty much done at that point. You're gonna have to play with the wooden units. So nice spawn from Super Saiyan. Couple of gold in the back. Cannot say the same for Duo, unfortunately. Have gold in the front. You pretty much, when you see this, it's like, against the French. I'm not gonna like that. Not gonna like that for sure. Meanwhile, plenty of food here. Looking forward to see if he's gonna gather those resources in the map or he's gonna play a little bit passively. Looks like a really nice Akon chapel here at the front, where you can just put your farms around here and get the gold. Or potentially just here, a little bit more conservative. But it's a really weird spot because your Akon chapel, you don't want to put it on the front. At the same time, you want to boost the gold and the food here, so you gotta play with the cards that you have. But anyway, Wheelbarrow already coming for Super Saiyan, early Wheelbarrow, and he's gonna be aging up soon. Not bad at all. Just remember, the French have cheaper upgrades, so it definitely pays off. Definitely pays off to get those economic upgrades really early on. It's more of a less of an all-in build, just pretty much, you know, like little by little, getting some damage eventually, and when the economy catch up with all those upgrades and everything, eventually you're gonna have an advantage. Meanwhile, Duo building the Akon chapel. It's gonna be in the back. Actually, I like that spot more. It's gonna be in the back, and Woodline still quite decent, to be honest, so I think he made the right choice. Gonna be playing quite a little bit defensively for now, perhaps. I'm wondering if the Holy Roman Empire will actually go for that feudal aggression that we usually see in this season. Meanwhile, School of Cavalry coming for Super Saiyan. Looks like there was a... Was there a little bit of idle time? No, never mind. Never mind. I forget. The villagers from the French actually produce faster, so gotta love about that. School of Cavalry gonna finish soon, potentially sending the knight right next to the goal, next to the foot. It's gonna be having quite a blast here if he managed to reach this area. No defenses for Duo so far. I'm wondering why he's going there for the mill. Maybe he just want to get Wheelbarrow or Horticulture, just to start, you know, getting those eco upgrades really soon. And he's gonna be gathering all the resources here, and villagers are not gonna be able to put the stable on time, I believe. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan already there with a knight, ready to cause some chaos. Villager like me at work, pretending working, but I'm not. More eco upgrades coming for Duo. Unfortunately, that's the last thing you need at the moment. It's getting all the eco upgrades actually. It always feels good when you get all the three, like the holy trinity here. Horticulture, double products, specialized peak. It's like a weight off your shoulders, you know, it's like, oh, finally. Like, I don't have to deal with this. But a knight's coming soon, and I don't think he's gonna like it. Another knight's coming as well, so let's see what is Super Saiyan's plan so far. Looks like it's gonna be all the knights. Never mind. We already have an archery range, ready to snipe those potential spearmen that may come from his opponent. Meanwhile, so far, no barracks yet for Duo. Maybe he's thinking about going for a castle age. That's really greedy. That's really, really greedy. First knight arrive, charge, attack, and dead. The French knight only needs one charge, one attack, and he's pretty much finished. That's the beauty of it. Archers are coming soon. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan went for another raid. Looks like Duo says actually pain is temporarily, the glory is forever. It's like we just need to hold. Duo is. It's like his... I have a build order, and I'm not gonna change it no matter what. It's like, that's what the guy says. If the guy says, I put 6 villagers on gold, I leave the 6 villagers on gold. There's no way I change it. And I think I used to play like that when I just started out. Like... It's just too many things to consider, to be honest. This game is really hard. And the best thing you can do is like pray for the best at the moment. Outpost gonna be here. Not like it that much. Potentially we'll have it here, otherwise villagers are gonna get sniped anyway. And no stone fort emplacements yet, so it's not gonna be enough against those knights. And another charge comes, and looks like more villagers will go down. Actually, knights getting tired. It's like we're not gonna charge. Potentially can think about torching these outposts. It's not in range of the town center. Plenty of idle time for Duo. He's committed to going for that castle age, potentially a burger. Meanwhile, archers are already here. And while it's true that Super Saiyan can still make damage, Duo is about to age up. And it's just a matter of going to this gold and gather the gold you need, age up, and just get those man-at-arms with all the juicy upgrades. But it's gonna be hard with the French around your base. And this is what's happening. He's running out of food. Villagers just running away. And it's not a good time to be Duo. It's not a good time to be the Holy Roman Empire. It's a garrison fiesta. Archer says, actually, like, if you're gonna put it like that, I'm also gonna get into the base. Duo is the kind of guy that don't believe in military units. Believe economy can solve things. Super Saiyan actually don't think the same. It thinks healing the economy actually solves things. And looks like he's doing the right move, finally moving away from those resources. Super Saiyan actually not scouting this, so he has no idea where his opponent is at the moment. Can potentially go for another raid here. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan is like, I don't care if it's risky to get the gold. I only get the gold when I'm buff. Archer's gonna poking and out, just in case. And finally, Duo, it's gonna get to that Castle Age. I already have the food for it. It just needs a little bit of gold. Just hang in there, brother. I wonder what is Duo's point of view. He knows about this gold. He can just change the villagers. Just go to another gold and confuse your opponent. Like, where are you getting the gold? Usually when you're getting harassed in one point, just go to another one. And if you're lucky, the opponent doesn't know where you are. If the opponent knows what he's doing, probably he's gonna go to the next gold vein. There you go. Duo aging up with all the villagers he have. The Borgesh Palace. Little he knows, it requires resources to actually build the man-at-arms. It's gonna be aging up, and it's like, okay guys, how many we can make? Only one. Surprise Pikachu face is like, actually, I'm just gonna make Spearman. By the way, these are Dark Age Spearman. Like, these shouldn't scare you. They are pretty much like toys. 7 attack plus 18 cavalry. Yeah, the military here are just starving, so it's like, you know what, I can fight if you give me some food. The worst thing is that he doesn't have gold for the upgrades. It's 35 gold. You cannot even upgrade the Spearman. We're seeing a Burgrave into Dark Age Spearman. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan, it's like trying to get fat here. Already 2.5k gold. And potentially think about aging up as well. Get some man-at-arms of your own, some crossbows, or at this point just some man-at-arms, or just upgrade those Royal Knights and just go for it. Plenty of food for Super Saiyan. Meanwhile, Spearman, they just realized they are in Dark Age. That they're actually not gonna be that effective. Duo only believe in one type of resource. 18 villagers on food. And unfortunately, he forgot to produce villagers. He's actually going for archer rage. It's like, why go for burger and produce units there? Where you can just get archers. Meanwhile, +1 range armor coming for Super Saiyan. Plenty of gold, so he's gonna be keeping pumping units. He's not scared of the Castle Age. He's not scared of the Castle Age. Crossbows coming soon, actually. And actually, Duo is the kind of guy that specializes. Everyone on food, everyone on gold. The next one should be everyone on wood. Like, the best thing you can do is actually just drop the resources. Drop the resources there. The Spearman still lead the Dark Age. Finally, some gold in the bank. Is he gonna upgrade the Spearman? Or is he gonna upgrade the man-at-arms? Archers. Just poking here and there. Just go, brother. No fear. No fear. If life are lost in battle, it's okay. It's okay, man. Military are just a number. It's like, that's how the politicians look at us. Look at this chat. If there is someone who can turn the tide around, is this Lankenet. Now, this guy is 99% fate, 1% probability, has no armor of any kind. So if it, for some reason, gets targeted, it dies automatically. So let's see if he managed to reach the archer mass. Oh, brother, you were so close. Okay, it didn't do it. Lankenet was just so close to take down the archers. Meanwhile, Knights chilling out. More food. Can potentially think about aging up at this point. Can actually skip Castle Age, just go directly into Imperial. Build a red palace here in the face. And Duo, firm to his traditions. He's going for all the resources with all the villagers. As soon as he gets what he needs, it's gonna go for the next resource. Look at the split, man. A Springle in placement coming for the outpost. Things are gonna get harder for Super Saiyan if he doesn't do anything soon. Man, Duo is cooking. Duo already have 300 stone. Gonna put another outpost. Will pretty much for Super Saiyan to build some rams. And remember, Holy Roman Empire has the emergency repairs, so it's kind of hard to push them. When it comes to destroying buildings, it's just really hard. Super Saiyan finally finds the berries, but a little bit too late. There's no berries here, and he's gonna go deep dive into the base. It's actually land of nowhere here. Expected to find villagers, but there's no one here. Archers taking down more villagers. 20 villagers dead so far in this game. Duo with 18 villagers. And now the outposts. Even though he gathered enough stone, these are not fortified outposts, so they're gonna be burning down very fast, but not so without emergency repairs is coming up for him. Super Saiyan losing potential units that could be upgraded in the future with a Guildhall. Has plenty of gold to upgrade all the units that you see here. Veterancy for Knights, Veterancy for Archers, +2 range attack. The possibilities are endless in the Castle Age. Villager with a location disorder. He didn't got the memo. And now it's Super Saiyan. Gonna retreat for the moment. Gonna potentially upgrade these units. So the upgrade just being cancelled. More units coming here. Looks like he needs to fix the macro first. Not the best way to run by. But despite everything, in the controller, Auto Villager Q, ready for you to serve you 24/7. There's no mistakes here. Despite many mistakes. Despite many mistakes that both players make, Super Saiyan is still ahead. Thanks to the controller. The controller is actually giving him a superior advantage over his PC player that is just already forgot to produce villagers. Again, firm to his traditions. All the villagers in one resource. Gonna drop off the gold first. Have plenty of gold actually. Okay, now you can get the upgrades. Now you just need the food. And that's the problem here. The food is always a problem. Probably he's thinking about getting some farms. It's like, you know, just chop the wood and get some farms. Outpost waiting placements. Ram about to finish. One ram is not gonna be enough. But considering there is only a one-man army here, literally, probably you have a chance. Meanwhile, Veteran Royal Knights are already there. Guildhall. Change to wood, actually. I can potentially go for Imperial Age at this point. Ram. Gonna be doing Ram stuff. One-man army already going there. Ready for action. And with that Lankanet also goes at the same time. Our Holy Roman Empire player taps out. Well played by these two guys. Thank you so much for sharing the game. I enjoyed this one a lot, man. I enjoyed this one a lot. It was quite good, man. Quite good. And different leagues, different things going on. Different things going on. Don't get embarrassed or anything. I mean, everyone, you know, whenever you see the pro players play so much, you kind of get used to that kind of thing, and it's like your brain is like, I don't know if you learn some skills before, where, for example, in dancing, like you think you look good. It's like, oh, I'm dancing so good, and then you look at the video and it's like, oh, brother, what's that? Like, does that me? And that's pretty much what the casted games do to you. In a sense, they show all the mistakes that normally you don't see in the game. Even at the Conqueror level, you will see mistakes in the casted game. It's like a coach watching you from all the angles. He's so brave, yeah. Best Lankanet in the game. Man, what a game. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Oh man. Let's find another game. Meanwhile, I'm gonna... Guys, if you wanna share me your games, there's a link in the Discord community. You can just join there. Go to the community games, and there is a form you can send to... If you have some games, I can take a look at that. But man, so far the games today have been wild. They have been wild. Man, what a game that was. Again, thank you for sharing. I don't know exactly what these candies do, because it's in Chinese. So I just trust what my wife said to me, that they're actually good for the throat. So I guess I just get one. All right, next game. We got one from Tower Rush Enjoyer. However, the game he shared is not available anymore. But let's try to find another one. Game was like a film. Oh man, it was good content. It was good content. I enjoyed quite a lot, to be honest. I enjoyed a lot. I enjoy all the levels. Because you see things normally you don't see. And try to think about what the other guy is thinking. Hello Phil, how you doing? Okay, I think we have a game here. Okay, let's try. Let's try it out. Unfortunately, the game that he sent is no longer available. Read my playstyle from zero. You're doing good, man. I mean, you're using controller. It's not that easy. I mean, you did what you have to do. You play your Civ to your strengths and you harass your opponent. You kill villagers. That's what French do. So I think you have a good playstyle, man. Just keep at it. You won't recognize yourself in some months. In some months, come again to share your game. I mean, you can share anytime, right? But in some months, you can share and you will see the difference, man. I promise you. If you keep practicing, you will. Like you will get there. Phil, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I'm just an amateur, man. Like I'm doing this for fun. I think there are a lot of people better than me on this. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I mean, you cannot suck forever, right? Eventually, I also need to get good one day. But anyway, let me finish this candy, and we will go. Felipe Gomez, thanks to you, man. Is that Felipeo? Is that your game that I just cast? It was a good game. I don't know if it was yours, but it was a very fun game. Anyway, let's get back into another game, guys. We got elite gamers here. The best in the world gather in the arena to see who's the best player in the Gold League. We got Tower Rush and Yoir playing as the Abbasid Dynasty in the color red against his opponent Gavin Kwang playing as the Holy Roman Empire in the color teal. We are in 4 legs, guys. This is a map that you actually go for fishing. And Tower Rush and Yoir just says fish is for dumb people, man. Real people just eat fruits, vegetables, no meat, just straight up plants. That's how we do it in the Abbasid Dynasty. And to be honest, I also play like that sometimes. Like, I don't think I do that anymore. But it's just so much information when you open up with water. It's like, first off, you don't know how good these are. So let me explain this to you. Every food has different gather rate. The worst, except you are a berry sieve like the Abbasid, the worst is the berries. The next is the sheep. Next, deer. It's obviously better. And finally, the boar. You just gather faster. So obviously, the boar is in more exposed places because it's a high risk, high reward. And this is the fastest way to get food. Like, not in like a big fat meat. However, in these lakes, the deep water fish, I think it does the same as the boar. And the shoreline fish, it doesn't get behind. It's really, really good. So it really is it's just a good investment just to go water. And I highly recommend you to just check Beastie build order on water. I think he has a really nice video where he teaches you how to go with water with all the civilizations. And after that, man, you're gonna dominate this league because your food is gonna go through the roof if you go to the water. But these players are gonna stick with what they know. Early tower coming for the Holy Roman Empire. It's like, I think it's the name, man. Tower Rush Enjoyer. If I read that name, it's like this guy's cheating. This guy's gonna send some Dark Age Spearman or something like that. Something's gonna happen here. I don't trust a name of a guy named Tower Rush Enjoyer. I'm actually gonna tower myself before he does, so it's just paranoia, man. It's just paranoia. Not gonna happen. There's no any barracks here. Meanwhile, Tower Rush Enjoyer edging up with the Culture Wing. Potentially think about that early Castle Age. Not gonna be able to put pressure on his opponent, but nevertheless, his opponent already have an outpost, so Military Wing not the best choice in this case. Economic Wing, I'm a big fan of the Economic Wing now. I just played some games with the Economic Wing and I'm having a blast. Like, you have no idea how fun I'm having with the Economic Wing. People think I'm going like 2-3 town centers. I'm going camels, baby. I'm going camels. Akon Chapel already there, 7 villagers. Very good spot, actually. Gets the gold, gets the sheep, gets the berries, gets the stone. Doesn't get the wood, unfortunately. According to the pros, gathering the wood give the best return of investment of the Akon Chapel. I'm not a Holy Roman Empire player myself, but I reckon this spot is not bad at all. And by the looks of it, both players probably thinking about a potential Asia. Let's see if there's gonna be any military unit coming from any one of those. At least we know from the Holy Roman Empire player that he's not gonna make units. Like, you don't build this and make units just because these are already protecting you, right? It's like the minimum investment. Preservation of knowledge already there. Looks like he's gonna be macroing for that Castle Age. No units whatsoever. So in this case, you might as well just leave like 4 villagers on wood or even 3, and just gather some food. Try to rush it. Never mind. It's not a Castle Age that needs to be rushed. It's the horseman. We're gonna see some horseman action. No Golden Age yet. Can potentially think about putting some houses here just to get that Golden Age. Hey, Living Stream, are you the one who shared the game? If that's the one with that game is no longer available for record. That's why I'm choosing this one. Anyway, you see the horseman already there for Tower Rush Enjoyer. Couple of scouts here. Looking for potentially. We got a thief here. Professional scouts coming soon for him. This is the ultimate disrespect, guys. This is... I'm gonna steal your deer, and there's nothing you can do about it. Meanwhile, villager also going down. Looks like there's gonna be some idle time. Professional scouts already finished. And looks like the scouts are ready to pick up some deer. At some point in this game, Gavin is not gonna sit and wait. It's like, actually, I was gonna go Castle Age, but I'm gonna kill your scouts now. And potentially, this scout can already grab one of those deers. Looks like it's going now. There you go. It's going there, and automatically it will take the deer right to the town center. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the other one. Already there. Looks like he's optimizing for the deer in his base. Spearman already there. Horseman with a unit disorder. Not gonna realize the spearman already took so much damage. Couple of barracks already there for Gavin. And things are gonna get really rough for Tower Rush Enjoyer. In about 100 foot, Gavin is gonna age up. And I don't know which landmark he will go. Probably Regis Cathedral, considering he already have 3 barracks there. Oh my god. He was about to age up, but he created the early man-at-arms. But anyway. Looks like that's a good thing for Tower Rush Enjoyer, because now he's aging up with a military wing. He's already having a couple of barracks. It's gonna demonstrate who's the better man-at-arms. The Ghulams. High armor, higher attack damage on charge. Or the Holy Roman Empire man-at-arms. Just pretty much high armor. Except when they get these upgrades, these are really good. Probably the best man-at-arms in the game. So you definitely need some crossbows to kill these guys. If there's something that Abbasid Dynasty teaches you, it's patience, man. Patience. Because every time you need to age up, you need to wait and you cannot do anything about it. In 45 seconds, Tower Rush Enjoyer will have the answer for this. Meanwhile, Gavin Kwang is not gonna wait for it. It's gonna torch those production buildings. Very smart coming for him. Can potentially build a ram. Get some blacksmith. Blacksmith there, already there. Yes, it is. No upgrades yet. Wait a second. Did he just skip the Castle Age? He did. He had enough gold to age up. He decided, you know what, we're gonna stay in the Field Age. And Tower Rush Enjoyer are just... he's just gonna enjoy this. He's just gonna enjoy this, man. 13 man-at-arms. Early man-at-arms. Don't worry, man. Crossbows are already there. Sable's gonna go down. But a couple of barracks are already here. So does a couple of camels. They actually do quite a lot of damage. Plenty of HP. No armor. Full of fate. +1 melee attack. Meanwhile, Tower Rush Enjoyer enjoying the deer he has at his base. Look at this. Look at the macro and just sending those scouts just to get more deer. At the same time, more units coming for Gavin Kwang. He chooses the path of violence and gold. Just have a lot of gold. Meanwhile, Tower Rush Enjoyer. Where are his units? Are they inside? There you go. The Ghulams double charge attack. Check this move, bro. Now look at this chat. He's just gonna be able to take down all of those guys. +1 melee attack. But it's just too many of them. But Ghulams doing really good work. Crossbows against early man-at-arms should be doing quite a lot of damage. And the Ghulams now just getting bootcamp, getting plus 29 HP at the same time. Scouts showing who's a professional here, getting all the deer back home. Food is not an issue for Tower Rush Enjoyer. And Gulam's just gonna be the chat now. The problem is barracks are going down, and you know, despite being in the castle age, if you don't have any units, you cannot win the game unless you go for a wonder. Knight already out, gonna charge that ram. Gonna take down that ram, beautiful. And Knight is just gonna have so much damage here. No spearman around. This guy's not gonna help the other man-at-arms, just gonna build a ramp. And more production buildings are gonna go down for Tower Rush Enjoyer. Here we have one on the back, mining quite a lot of gold. Very good micro from our Abbasid player, actually pumping those units. Just having enough food and gold just to keep producing units. The problem is he doesn't have enough buildings to use those resources. And Gavin Kwan is just gonna keep sending more units. And Tower Rush Enjoyer is just gonna keep... It's funny how all this time, during this fight, the opponent have seen how Tower Rush Enjoyer just sends the food home with Uber Eats. And it's like, wait a second. Wait a second, let's take a look at Gavin Kwan's base. Farm transition, not exactly where it should be. Deer, pretty much gone. You can potentially think about the boar. Looks like it's berry season for Gavin Kwan. Unfortunately, Tower Rush Enjoyer already taking all the food. And now it's time for payback. Tower Rush Enjoyer with 14 military units. Not only more units, but also better. +2 range armor, so these guys are gonna stay at home quite a long time. Kind of keep pumping those units, already sending those Gulams, those crossbows inside the base. Meanwhile, I believe both players haven't forgot to produce villagers. She's quite amazing in this lake. At the same time, Burger Palace aging up with 8 villagers. Is this the thing that will save Gavin Kwan? But Tower Rush Enjoyer already notice this. It's gonna take down the villagers. It's never a good time to age up when you have a couple of knights killing your villagers. This is the part where you are the most vulnerable. Knights going down. Prelit with a pray to win strategy. Spearman gonna scare the knight. Potentially the Burgrave. It's gonna go up. It's slow but steady. At the same time, Eco being idle for the time being. Tower Rush Enjoyer still with some deer. Suffering from success. Already finished all the gold there. Now more Gulams are gonna be sent to the Burgrave Palace. Only 3 villagers building it. And the town center is just not gonna do enough damage. It has 8 attack. And he taps out. Well played by these two players. Thank you for sharing the game. Man, I enjoyed quite a lot. It was a very fun one. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the one you shared with me because it already expired. So, but anyway, we got this one. We got this one. Chat Gulams, no alcohol, no girls, only sword and shield. You're damn right, man. You're damn right. Focus. Just pure focus. All right. Let me see if I'm missing someone here. Tabit and Okoloko. Let's see. Let's see what we can find. Oh, unfortunately, not even that game is not available, but no game is available. I don't know what are the rules for the match history? Is it like a number of matches and the older ones just delete, or is it like every number of days? Let's take a look at this one. These how do you say this? Rara, rara. Depends on which accent you wanna say. I'm gonna make sure it's the right one. I'm gonna make sure it's the right one. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Interesting. So let's see which one. Okay guys, we got a game. We got a game. We got a Order of the Dragon Enjoyer. He's in the Platinum League. It's gonna show us the Order of the Dragon Way. Alright guys. Representing the Platinum League, playing as the Order of the Dragon in the color yellow, it's Rara. Against his opponent playing as the French in the color purple is Lololok. It kind of reminds me of the... have you watched JoJo Bizarre Adventure? There's a character named Kakyoin where he plays with strawberry in his tongue, and he does something like something like with his tongue. Kind of reminds me of the son of that. I don't know what. A lot of people just remind reminds you of JoJo when you watch JoJo. It's just have too many references. Anyway, we got the Order of the Dragon against French. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a match that I'm not used to see. So typically what you see here from Order of the Dragon is pretty much capitalizing the better gathering rate that they have. So I wouldn't be surprised like if he sends some villagers here to the deer, just to gather a deer at a very early on in the game. So this is Lipani, so it's easy to wall. You can just wall here and you're good to go. And then potentially think about a fast castle. Alternatively, they can fight in the Feudal Age, but Order of the Dragon is one of those civs where, you know, just the longer the game goes, the longer, the better is it for them. The longer, the better. That's what she said. But anyway, or we're gonna see if he's gonna fight in the Feudal Age, or he's gonna fight in the Castle Age. So that's about to be seen. Meanwhile, the French, with a couple of options, either go harass, put some pressure in the Feudal Age, and force the Order of the Dragon player to stay in the Feudal Age, or go harass a little bit and go for a second town center himself. I suspect it's gonna be the first one. Going for a second town center, probably not the best idea here. You want to finish things quick. Oh my god. The Icon Chapel, man. How many farms? 1, 2. Basically, all this area is wasted for the buff of the farms. It's okay, man. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. Meanwhile, School of Cavalry going up. 5 villagers. He's gonna be having some villagers on goal, so he's gonna be ready to build that knight as soon as he ages up. Meanwhile, Rara still remains to be seen what is his strategy. Still gonna fight in the Feudal Age a little bit longer. Not so many villagers on foot. Not so many villagers on wood at this point. So probably, let's see how he reacts to the French. School of Cavalry already there. Amazing macro. Already have in 1 second the Royal Knight. Even got faster than the villager. Now the good thing about the French is that they produce villagers faster. So it's gonna be even a bigger gap. Now the Order of the Dragon got buff. I think it's 1 second faster for each villager. To be honest, I don't know if it's a big buff or a small buff. But you know, a buff is a buff. So we take those. We take those. They need those buffs. And they feel quite slow in the Feudal Age. They feel quite slow. But anyway, enough buildings for building production. But looks like he's gonna have to build a house first. Meanwhile, the knight almost arriving. The gold is gonna be empty, so it's not gonna be able to find any villager yet. Potentially can get one of those, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna arrive on time. It's actually just gonna torch the mining camp. Never mind. He's gonna be wandering around, check if he can get something. At the same time, scout. Look at the scouting. Taking a look at what the opponent is doing. Little he knows, he has the School of Cavalry and an outpost here. Barracks coming out for Rara. Gonna be having those gilded spearmen. And Going for the stomp, potentially thinking about those outposts. Just to protect from those knights. And look at that! Rara actually went for the deer. And with enough villagers here, he's just able to garrison. Actually, you can put a couple more and you will be having a blast. Meal coming soon for him. Wheelbarrow. Knight. Not gonna be do the charge attack and missed opportunity here for the knight. He didn't got the villager. At the same time, a spearman coming soon and looks like Rara is gonna go for Sable. Quite an interesting choice. I mean, technically, if the French player actually goes for archers, you're already ready. And horsemen for Order of the Dragon, they are really good. Just the problem is they're really expensive. They're very heavy on food. You can see Rara just struggling for food at the moment. Meanwhile, Spearman gonna be positioned next to the deer pack. And Lolok. Lolok already there with the knight. Now that's the problem. You know why he doesn't charge attack? This is a stealth forest. You cannot charge what you don't see. So you need to go for with the scout so you can see here where are the villagers. Looks like nice micro coming from Rara. He's gonna send this villager to the punishment. Just gathering sheep forever. Next to the town center, nice and safe. Meanwhile, units for Order of the Dragon is starting to build up. A spearman with nothing less than 34 damage for each hit to those knights. It's gonna hurt. A single one of those is just more than enough to defend. Another spearman here to protect the gold. Loving it so far. Is this a potential Castle Age up? Wolf gonna be going down finally. Horsemen are already out. These horsemen hit like a truck. Like, it's the best thing you have for a replacement of a knight. Like, they really hit hard. Walls coming up for Lololok. Gonna be very safe. Wolf gonna be working for Rara now. And Horseman looks like he can potentially arrive on time. Walls are not finished, and this wolf pretty much made the villager just stay idle for some time. And the horseman is gonna arrive soon. At the same time, another horseman. What is this Platinum League? Attacking from double directions. Look at the APM, guys. Look at the macro. This is actually very hard to do. Looks easy on the screen, but it's actually very hard to execute. Horseman taking down the first villager of the game. Gonna be torching down this wall. Not gonna be able to complete. At the same time, knights are gonna be there harassing, but they're just gonna find the spearman. The spearman does his special attack, but it's just not enough. Villagers gonna be running for their life. And plenty of gold for Rara. Not sure what the gold is for. Meanwhile, villagers. Nice garrison time. Not gonna be losing the villagers though. And they do have extra health, so they have 98 health. This is a villager that can actually last for a long time. Horseman is gonna stay here, just patrolling that deer pack. And more knights trying to take down some villagers, but loses one. And already down to 7 knights. Gonna do another charge attack, but the spearman is already there, so you gotta be careful. Nice reaction coming from Lololok. Not gonna get pinched. At the same time, Rara just finding those villagers on the deer pack. Gonna be using that horseman. This horseman already paid off. This is really, really good for him. Taking down a couple of villagers already. And potentially a third one. Looks like Lololok is sending his knights back home just to deal with this. It's like, I cannot harass my opponent. I need to deal with this. Meanwhile, quite a lot of upgrades coming for Rara. Specialized pick already there. On the way. Meanwhile, Lololok with plenty of gold as well. That's one thing I noticed about the lower leagues is that like the gold is plenty. It's too much gold. And most games can be won by macro. Actually, all games are won by good macro in the below the Conqueror level, I think. That's a lot of knights. Now there's plenty of spearmen coming for Rara. I already have 5 on the field, 4 more coming. Can't think about building another barracks at this point. Takes quite a long time to build those spearmen. But so far, feeling good about the position of Rara. He has more resources, he can age up. And let's see if he does it. Not gonna hit the age up button yet. There are plenty of spearmen on the field. There you go. These should be enough to deal with this. There is plenty of gold for, plenty of resources for Rara to actually go in the Castle Age, upgrade those units, and having a blast. Meanwhile, still plenty of food in this area. And Regnis Cathedral, it's going up with 13 villagers. It's gonna be able to grab those relics. Knights. Already getting big numbers here. 11 knights is no joke. It's something really hard to deal with. Double Broadaxe coming for the French. And looks like he's mining quite a lot of gold. He's gonna be able to get quite a lot of upgrades soon. Knight's gonna go for a raid. See if they can finally get something. Manage to get another villager. And that's quite a lot of damage. Very nice raid. Coming for Lololok. Finally gets the villager kill that he wanted, despite the villagers having almost 100 HP. And Rara reaches the Castle Age. I swear to God that Lololok was aging up. Never mind. Stay in the field age for a while. And Lololok taps out. He doesn't want to fight against the Holy Roman Empire on the Castle Age. Well played by these two players. I hope you enjoyed this match. I certainly did. What a game, man. What a game. It's really interesting to watch different levels to actually, you know, like I said before, the caster mode shows all the mistakes that you don't really see during the game. That's why it's very important. After you lose a game, you think like, I shouldn't have lost this. I play well and I still lose. This game sucks. Bad balance, blah blah blah. But you watch the replay and you see like, oh man, now I know why I lost. Now I know why I lost. All right. So let's see if there is another one. So there is one. Let's see if we can find it. Oh no, this is the guy who didn't have any match available. Yeah, apparently, like after the patch, you lose the ability to you know, the ability to watch those games. All right, Felipe, let's find your game. Let's find your game. I do have your against Mongol, right? Schmages only solos or quick team games as well. Both are fine. Both are fine. Team games are also fine. All right. Let's do that one. Looks like an interesting one. All right, let me get some water and we will go to the next game. We already have it. All right. We are back representing the Conqueror League. We have Fakubus playing as the Mongols in the color teal against his opponent. He's here with us again, Felipe of Fire, ready to show us what he's cooking. Already see a couple of forge here already being cooking some builds to potentially show us what the Buddhist monks can actually do. Are they a viable option even in the Conqueror level? Fukubus already sending the can right away. Gonna send the Falcon in 3, 2, 1. He must be like, what? Why is he gathering stone? There you go. Falcon giving information. Usually the Mongol player does this, like, to know where to tower rush. And at this point you can decide what you do with the wood. Like, do you want to build a pasture, or do you want to use a barracks? And looks like it's gonna be the barracks. Tower rush is coming for Fukubus. Actually, I'm gonna change the colors here just so that it's easier. We're gonna put it like this: Fukubus in the color red. All right. Just because it's just easier to see. I know there are some color-blind people out there. It's not majority, but still, it's hard to watch the color of the units like this. But anyway, Mongol already decided to tower rush, so the barracks, it's up and running. Already sending a couple of spearmen, which will bring Filipeo Fire a little bit of trouble, because his plan, it's not only Aesop, but also get the Daimyo Manor right away. So he may need a change of plans, but let's see how he handles the tower rush. The spearmen are already coming, and looks like potentially he will tower rush here on the stone. I don't see the villager coming. A couple of villagers actually very committed to put that tower up. And looks like he's just gonna go to the stone. Forge is really far from the town center, so potentially he can burn this and get the bounty from here. Kure Star House, aging up with 4 villagers. Don't have the stone quite yet, but actually Fukubus going there with another tower next to the gold. Gonna be burning both forge. Yeah, it's gonna be potentially having quite a lot of bounty. Meanwhile, Filipeo Fire already shows the answer to this tower rush. It's gonna be the outpost. It's in range of the town center, so it can potentially get denied. Looks like Fukubus deciding where to put the tower. He cannot put it anymore there. Otherwise, the outpost will just go up, and just the tower rush is like not gonna happen here. But the tower is coming, nevertheless, and he will need to wait for the Aesop to cause some damage, because it's just not in range apparently. So he will need those arrow slit emplacements to just be in the reach of those villagers. Anyway, Kure Star House already finished, and we got the first farm already there. And let's see where Filipeo Fire takes it from here. Meanwhile, Fukubus sending more spearmen. Gonna be able to torch this one down, gonna get some bounty. I don't know if can potentially burn this, I don't think so. But I think this is too many spearmen. Now, Filipeo Fire has a little bit of a trouble here. Normally, you will want to get the Bannerman and get that Mount Samurai. You know, the Bannerman for the cavalry, the little knight. But with so many spearmen out there, I don't think it's a viable option. It's just not gonna be very effective. And it looks like Fukubus is thinking about actually building another tower. Potentially here at the back, denying the wood line and the foot. That's definitely a possibility for him. Felipe Fire under a lot of pressure. Looks like he's gonna grab all the villagers. Textiles, not textiles yet, so potentially he may lose a villager or two in this attempt. Outpost is not being upgraded, so likely for him, this outpost is not gonna do as much damage. But another one is coming here. 5 spearmen guarding this. This outpost is gonna go up. A couple of villagers is a lot. Looks like Felipe Fire will manage to burn this outpost, but at what cost? Samurai already upgraded. Looks like Samurai is just gonna be his choice. And Samurai is just gonna deal very well against these Dark Age Spearmen. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Facubus. Is he gonna try to do the Mangudai stuff? It's very, very popular these days, playing with a Mangudai. Outpost. Not really like that position. Not denying quite a lot, giving a lot of anxiety to these villagers, but only denying this berry potentially. Not a big fan of this. Not a big fan. Like one of my friends says, if you're gonna do something bad, do it right. Might as well put the tower here. There's plenty of spearmen to defend that tower. That samurai is not gonna be... One samurai is not gonna be enough against those spearmen. They're already upgraded. Looks like he's gonna go back home. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Mongol base. Looks like we will have some Keshiks join the party. On Abu Geisha, it's gonna start mixing into the composition of Felipe of Fire to have some extra DPS. Looks like he's very committed to defend the gold, because he's only gonna have gold units. He needs that gold to produce those samurais and Onabu Geishas, so he knows that outpost is really important if he wants to sustain that army. As soon as this gold is denied, the next one is gonna be here, so it's gonna be really hard because the army is already here, and the next one is really far away. Looks like Felipe now will go for a counter-attack and potentially get this deer. And potentially get a really good timing here. A lot of villagers on gold. And looks like he's pretty safe to go to that castle age that he's looking forward to. I already have a stable coming up for him. Meanwhile, he's gonna be gonna be searching for some villagers. Not gonna be able to find them here. Town center finally getting upgraded. And looks like the castle age is coming really soon for Felipe of Fire. Probably in 1 minute he's gonna be able to age up. Facubus, I don't think he has the army to prevent this from happening. Only one of those outposts is upgraded. And Felipe of Fire actually goes for a raid. Managed to deny the deer from his opponent. Gonna be torching down that outpost. Actually, never mind, let's take more villagers' life. Looks like Onabu Geishas will get it, never mind. It's like it's not gonna be enough. Keshiks are already there to finish the job. But meanwhile, Felipe thinking about aging up with the Temple of Equality. We're gonna see some Buddhist monks in action. +1 melee attack also coming for him. As well as some upgrades for the Spearman just to deal with those Keshiks. Also, Tawara also coming. First upgrade of the Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow also coming for the Mongol player. I already have a couple of the stables. Looking for another archery range. Now he's really committed to playing the Feudal Age. Let's see if he can get some value out of this. He already definitely has the military advantage. Is it enough though to push into the Japanese base around here? Does Fakubu knows about the Asia? Probably he knows. There's no way for us to see, because if I change the perspective, also change the color. But we know he knows. This guy knows, and probably he's gonna push without fear now that he knows that his opponent just spent thousands of resources into an Asia. The first Buddhist monk, it's on the way. Gonna be grabbing the relic on his side of the map. Honorable Geisha gonna be taking down those spearmen. Valuable units from the Mongols. He's actually losing them. Being a little bit greedy on this raid attempt. Meanwhile, the Mongols just taking down some deer. Just making more and more. Looks like he's gonna switch to archers now. I'm not sure how it's gonna work against the Japanese in the Castle Age. Samurai do have plenty of range armor compared to the regular man-at-arms. I believe they do have one extra range armor. So they're really good. More Mount Samurai coming for Philip of Fire. First relic coming home for him. Another monk here. And soon he will get the upgrade that he needs. Just to get some passive gold from these monks. Like, if you don't know what this does, this landmark gives you extra gold for every monk that you have. Every minute you get 25 gold. So it's like a money-making machine that prays, something like that. And there's a lot of spearmen here. Gotta be careful not to lose this Mount Samurai. Very valuable units. Bannerman are already here to buff those units. Spearman is still there, doing a lot of damage. Looks like Fakubus will manage to break through here. Honorable Geisha not upgraded yet, so these archers are just gonna be doing quite a lot of damage. The Spearman doing quite a lot of good work here, but looks like Spearman numbers are just going down for Fakubus, and he will have to retreat for now. Not a bad trade. He managed to kill a couple of workers, but still his opponent is on the Castle Age, and that's really scary. A third outpost, it's out here just to protect this gold. He knows how important this is. Meanwhile, more relics coming for him. Despite losing some villagers, he's still being ahead with the relic count. You can think of relics like villagers. These already is like 4 villagers working for you non-stop, full-time. 160 gold a minute. Gotta love the Mongol music. Meanwhile, Fakubus looking to pump more units. A little bit of a Miss Macro issue where he has plenty of food and potentially went for an age up here. Archers not gonna be very effective here. I don't really like the choice of archers, but actually you have no choice if your opponent keeps making spearmen. That's the best you can do. A nice charge attack. Keshik managed to take down more villagers. Mongol just doing what they do best, just giving pressure to to their opponent. Felipe of Fire. Under quite a lot of pressure, already lost 7 villagers. The good thing is these monks are about to explode with gold. Step readout, it's gonna be the choice for Fakubus. Gonna be having 50% extra gold for every gold that he drops off here. So it's actually a very good landmark. If you don't go for trade, which in this map it's kind of like very risky. I believe Fakubus had the numbers to fight this. I believe he had the numbers to fight. I guess he just wants to step back. He knows the age up is coming soon. But the problem is he's aging up with the villagers with gold. So he's gonna be able to drop off the gold here, but he's not gonna be able to have the gold for all the upgrades that he needs. And with Facubus in the Castle Age, things are going to start to even out in terms of technology. Meanwhile, Filipeo looks like he's gonna go for an attack now. Gonna go for a raid, have some knights here. There's definitely some spots available for him where he can start raiding. Looks like he's gonna go here first, just check if he's on the next gold. Little he knows, it's on the gold vein. And the Buddhist monk is gonna get the 5th relic. So gonna be feeling very good about this. Very, very good. Spearman not being upgraded yet, not having the time for doing that. This is a Mongol army that can potentially take you down, so he does the right thing. He runs away. It's like potentially these monks may be going down. It's like he's falling back. Pulling back for now. No need to risk it. Meanwhile, more man-at-arms going for Facubus. As well as some crossbow. He's gonna be switching for an infantry only composition. Plus some Keshiks here and there. But Filipeo going for a raid now. Looks like he didn't manage to kill any villager. But he did cause some idle time. Looks like he's gonna intercept some units. Gonna be able to grab that crossbow. At the same time, Temple of Equality already there with the upgrade. These monks are gonna be generating 25 gold every 60 seconds. Only 5 golds on the field so far. Not a big deal, but this can escalate quite quickly. Samurais gonna be taking down some villagers. Actually, Filipeo taking down 9 villagers so far. I can't believe I missed this. Was it just now? This changed everything. He lost 8 villagers, but he already took more than what he lost. Very nice raiding coming from him. Starting to even things out. Looks like he's gonna find the next food resource for Facubus. Facubus knows this. He sends all his army here. But it's just too late. Mount Samurai are already there. Gonna be able to take down more villagers. At the same time, more blacksmith upgrades are coming up for both players, and looks like Filipeo gonna be switching for the Onabugeisha type of composition. Gonna getting veterancy for those units. Production looking really good for him. Plenty of barracks, stables. Meanwhile, the Mongol player. Not enough production, I believe. Not enough production yet. In terms of economy, looks like Filipeo looks a little bit better, especially with the gold. More Buddhist monks here. Gonna be able to heal those units as well as making that debuff. Take a look at the debuff. Do they do it automatically? I don't see any unit debuff. I think you need to do it yourself. Oh, there you go. Spearman, 4 damage. Man at Arms, 6 damage. Buddhist monks just gonna be healing all those units. There are not enough military units for him. Looks like he will clean this up. Looks like pray to win is actually a thing here. And crossbows are just gonna be doing 6 damage instead of 12. Oh my god. That's a tough one. Monk's gonna be healing themselves. And just gonna be pumping more units. Meanwhile, farm transition looking really good for Filipeo. Already there with several farms, as well as the town center upgraded. Food economy looking really good for him at the moment. Now, not enough units for Filipeo Fire to actually finish his opponent yet. The Mongols still can pump units. It's not a huge economy difference. Odachi is coming for him, so these samurais are just gonna be able to do so much damage against those infantry units. And Honor of Geisha has proven to be quite useful against pretty much any unit. That's the DPS is a lot. Look at the HP. It was 58, and now it's back almost to full health. That's and all these units are debuff. It's actually quite an interesting strat. I should say, quite an interesting strat. Probably we're gonna see the switch for Honor Geisha Samurai, but Felipe is still having some samurais. Just sending them to those resources, and looks like he's gonna find the gold now. So he's gonna skip the gold for now, but he's gonna find the boar. Facubus knows this, and the boar is just not available for him anymore. Units will come soon at this area, and at the same time, Honor Geisha with 100% fate, looking to be healed. They just don't go down. It just doesn't die. It's unless it's just like one hit KO, right? There's plenty of crossbows for Facubus actually, so it's actually working quite well for him. Facubus a little bit lucky. Felipe Fire missed this position, and looks like he's gonna have the relics. They do give extra buff with the relics, right? Like this Lamar you never see. Like, that's why I'm also curious, like what else can these monks do? Besides healing all the army. That's plenty of crossbows, so it's gonna be a tough position for Filipeo Fire to actually take those down. Eventually should be able to clean this up. Mount Samurai going for another raid. More villagers going down. Filipeo having the villager lead now. What started to be like a really rough match starts to look quite good for him at the moment. And food resources are actually running out. Facubus going for that pasture transition, but just not enough sheep. And more units are gathering up for Filipeo. Looks like Facubus will find the villagers on the stone. We'll have some value for these raids. And another raid happening, but this time Shogun at the castle is already here, so this area is pretty much unraidable. All these farms are just unraidable. Mangonel already there for Filipeo. Definitely what the doctor recommend here. Against that many crossbows, you need a Mangonel. There's no other way around it. Okay, she's gonna try to snipe the Mangonel, but decides actually, I changed my mind. Mangonel does a shot, big shot to the crossbows, and now finally makes the big engagement here. Those units just in the front line, getting all the damage from the crossbows, but also quite a lot of heals. And nine Buddhist monks so far on the field. So Takeshi went down, and just Honor Geisha will just gonna keep pushing into the Mongol base. Slow but steady with this Mangonel. Can potentially take down the crossbow mass. Sprinkling placement in this outpost. But looks like it's almost taken down, but not really quite down yet. More units coming here. Philippe of Fire actually building 8 monks from a couple of monasteries. He believes pray is the way to win the game. He believes healing is more important than damage. And he's here to prove to us with a couple of rams already on the way and Facubus with a little bit of a problem economically. He doesn't have the resources to replenish their army and he taps out. Well played by these two players. Thank you so much, Felipe, for sharing the game. It was a very good game. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, Felipe, you were looking for trade. Yeah, you always need to make sure the Mongol is not trading. Otherwise, when you realize it's too late, it's it's not a good time. It's not a good time. Very nice game. Very nice game. When they wall, they gave movement, speed, and damage to your units. That's very nice. The Imperial Monastery applied debuff automatically to nearby units without monks. That's pretty cool. You sent a match. Let me see if I can make it. I think it's my throat already hurts quite a lot. Quite a lot. If I do another one, I'm just gonna tap out. But I think we can do it. We can do it this week. When is this? When did this game happen? Oh, it's already 4 days ago. It's already 4 days ago, so probably it's not there. See. Is it the one against Blaring Fire? I think it's that one. I'm not quite sure because there are a couple of those. It should be that one. But yeah, my throat hurts a lot, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up today. To be honest, I don't know how KP does it. He casts for a long time. He has a... There must be some techniques there where you can just talk for a longer time. I know a lot of people say like, don't talk from your throat, talk from your belly or chest, something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. I don't know what you mean. What do you want? For me, just talk is talk, right? So I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I really don't have no idea. And no wonder they always have 2 casters, so you can, you know, rest a bit. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. There's quite a lot of great other AoE4 content creators right now. If you go Twitch, you will find Valdemar, you will find Beastie, you will find KP if you wanna watch some more casted games. Well, you have to go on Twitch because they don't cast on YouTube. KP casts on YouTube too. You can go there. Can we actually do a kind of like a rate in YouTube? I don't think so, right? At least I don't find the option. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. I'll try to do this like once a week. Okay, so we need to talk about the time where we can make those, because if you send me your game, like let's just say 5 days ago, and then I go, there's a chance that the game is not available anymore. So potentially we can do it like Thursdays. I don't know. I will think about it. But in any case, if I don't find that game you sent, probably I can just, you know, find another one like today. But anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, take care.